Good morning, everyone. I'm finally live again. In the morning, no doubt. Yay. Oh, hey, Liam. Bye, Liam. I hope you get some sleep. Hey, Branton. See, told you I'd be live again. I got these guys some breakfast, so they've been patiently waiting on it. You see, Mrs. Episto is like, is she moving the top? Is she actually gonna feed us? Like, do we get food? You'd swear I didn't feed these guys, but I totally do. I totally feed them. Pop some brine shrimp in here for them. They're like, that's not the way you normally do it, lady. Well, we're doing things a lot different this morning. Hey, M. Myers, 1987. I can't speak. I forgot how to talk. Forgot what I was doing there. Mrs. Episto is quite happy now. She's like, yay. Where's oh, Danger Danio now finally looks like a Danio, y'all. Look. He's like, I look like a real fish now. I still haven't gotten him out of there, by the way. If you couldn't tell, he's still eluding me, even in his enlarged size that he is now. Got his last little remnants of brine shrimp out of there. Well, they have shut Atlanta down. It is official. It is icy. There is like an inch of ice out on my deck. It's tinkling. You can hear it. I was like, yay, maybe we won't get. No, yeah, we totally got it. So if y'all hear snoring in the background, do not be alarmed. It is not a monster. It is not Bigfoot. It is just Mr. Mousy because he didn't get to go to work today. Yay! I won. I told him, no, don't go to work. It was a big argument this morning. He's like, I gotta go to work. I was like, no, you don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. And then he hit the deck, and there was ice, and he almost went down. May have actually gone down. I don't know. He won't confirm that he actually fell. I think he did, but I didn't see it, so I can't say he 100% fell. I think he did. Hey, Jim's fish. Good to see ya. So the Epistos. Haven't seen them since in a while. It's been a minute. Danger Danio is still living his best life in this tank. I don't know how or why, but it's, you know what? If it works for him, then, he can keep doing his fishy thing. But, so the Epistos did spawn again, but as you can see, I didn't move the babies. And these babies were raised on brine shrimp. So that being said, the unthinkable might have happened, and there might have been the Episto baby genocide of 2024. That was my fault. I should have moved these fish around, and I did not. It was the holidays. Things got busy. A lot of projects got sidelined. Um, I did get my angels moved. That I did do. Um, but yeah, these guys, these babies got to come out of this tank. There's too many of them. They're too big, and I'm afraid Dad might start to eat them. So we are totally going to do something about that. Hey, nerd, good to see you. Y'all, it is freaking freezing. I did turn my heater off because I know that droning sound can get kind of annoying. The AC was bad enough. I'll turn the heat off for you, but not the AC. Yeah, but most of these little guys, half of them are gonna probably be going to Keith and Fish Nerd, Or the other half will be going to yeah, to the club and then auctioned off. I may put some up on Jeff Pelham's auction. So um when he starts those back up, I've got quite a few in here, and they're already starting to act like they're about to spawn again. So, you know, gonna work on getting the tank set up for these babies and getting them out of here. And then we'll have another set of fry to raise up. Man, oh, that's interesting. I've got a new fawn up here. Hey, fish family, good to see you. We've got fancy writing on the stream this morning. But y'all, it's Friday, and normally, no, I do not stream on Fridays. I usually take the Friday off, but we're doing things backward. I'm starting my week on Friday, and I'm gonna take off Monday. I will be back Tuesday though for a morning stream. Monday, well, no, actually, I may stream Monday. Monday is my birthday, so depending on what's going on, and if I have power because of the storm, we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. And I don't know what's going to go on Saturday, but we'll play it by ear. As far as streaming, I'll probably stream tomorrow, Saturday, um, as long as the storm doesn't get any worse than what they're forecasting. And yeah, because we weren't even supposed to get any weather until 7 a.m. and it started at like 4:30, 5 a.m. Um, yeah. So what is going on with this little guy? One of my little apistos looks like he might have been chomped on. Oh no. Well, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully that's just a big poop. We may get him out of there. My Corys spawned again, but I got to get them a tank set up too. I'm gonna move my Corys to Cory only tank for a while until I can get them because they're laying eggs and they're getting fertilized, but the angels that are in there are just eating them too quick. So I've had a 20-gallon that I've been saying I'm gonna set up forever. So I think it's actually time to get that done. I just got to get some more plants. So I'm looking to. I've been plant shopping and hopefully get some more plants and get another tank set up. Well, actually, that one I may not put plants in. I may not set it up for like a as a you know just keep it bare bottom. Well, maybe not bare bottom, but like some sand or something for them. Special plans for my birthday? Hopefully not be frozen in. That's my first plan. Not to get stuck in my house. Um, but mostly no. I'm probably just gonna chill and eat cake. That's as big of a plan as I've got. Stay warm, eat cake. There we go. Normally, like, we celebrate like birthdays by birthday weekends or birthday weeks, you know. So technically, my birthday week would start on Monday because it's on Monday. But I don't know this year. It's just a lot going on, and with the storm and everything, I think I'm just happy to chill out. I'm just glad I get an extra long weekend with Mr. Mouse. I know, right? It's like not freeze and eat cake. There we go. I did put a community post up, y'all. I have an Amazon wish list on my community tab, and I'll probably grab that link and post it in a minute in the chat. But I do have an Amazon wish list for, aquarium type stuff. Yeah, exactly. Solid plan, right? Keep my fish from freezing. That is the other goal. I'm like thinking, do we have enough blankets for me to surround the tanks if the power goes out? Oh, and it's already been. Oh, yesterday it got up into the 20s, and a couple of the water mains in my community broke. So we're on a boil water status. Like, yay. There's frozen ice everywhere in the street, or there was before the storm even started. I'm kind of afraid to go out there and look now. Mrs. Pisto, what you doing over there? What you doing? Let's get a different angle on the tank. I've got a couple of these guys that have gotten really big. Oh, thank you, Branton. Oh, my baby just turned 19. But my okay, I'm just gonna call them my grandkids because I mean they pretty much are. The oldest is 9, the youngest is 4. Um, yeah, they actually came over the other day. They were like, "We wanted to see you." I was like, "Yay!" And they were like, "Is that my fish? Can I have that fish?" I was like, "No, you can't take my fish, kiddo." But little kids are great. I love them. I don't know why they like me so much, but they do for some reason. I think it's because I, play on their level. I'm like, what? You want to play with Play-Doh? Heck yeah, let's play Play-Doh. But yeah, I've Petco has a tank sale going on too. So I think I'm gonna get the the middle one. She's 7 now. Wow, 7. Um, I'm gonna get her a little 5-gallon setup. Maybe get her a beta or something. Um, something relatively easy because mom's gonna have to help with that too. So, you know, figured that'd be easy enough. And if something happens, just like a common beta from like Petco or PetSmart is kind of easy to replace. So, you know, hate to think that way, but she is a 7-year old. And she may shock me and do way better with it than I'm thinking. But she does like to feed the fish and watch the fish and do all things fish. So, and Saturday, I hopefully I'll get to stream. I don't want to make any solid plans on that until we know what the weather's going to do. But my new fish are actually settling in quite nicely. I got the flag cichlids, and they've started to already change colors and get like new stripes that I haven't seen on them. And yeah, they look really good. So no Oscar in a 10-gallon. I'm not like 5 anymore. Okay, yeah. I did put an Oscar in a 10-gallon once, but it was a relatively small Oscar. Um, and I worked at Walmart in the 90s, and it was back when they sold fish. Just I don't know exactly when they started phasing out the fish departments. I know like none of them in my area have them at all anymore. But we did have hamsters and fish at our store. And a lady bought an Oscar, and a couple of days later, it was before like the 3 or 5 day return on them. She brings it back and she's like, "It's swimming funny." I'm like, okay, well, obviously there's something wrong with it, so yeah, you can return it. And I call the manager. I'm like, "Are we going to take it back? Because technically it's on deceased fish." But he was like, "No, we'll go ahead and take it back." And then he hands me the bag after she's gone, and he's like, "Here, go flush it." I'm like, "I am totally not doing that." I was like, "No." So he said I could keep the fish because after some back and forth, I was like, "I'm not just no." It's like no, I did refuse. And again, this was back in the 90s, long, long time ago. Uh, so I went and bought a 10-gallon setup from the pet department, took it home, and yeah, I did put that Oscar in a 10-gallon tank. It did end up eventually like swimming better after it was being fed properly and everything. And when I moved from Oklahoma, it got rehomed to another pet store, like an actual pet store, not back to a Walmart. So hopefully it had a good life. It got a better, bigger 10, bigger than a 10-gallon home. I had a Jack Dempsey in a 10-gallon too. But I didn't know it was a Jack Dempsey until it ate all my fish, and I got a book and I was trying to identify it. Oh, to be 20 again and not to have like internet readily available. Oh, those were the days. Um, yeah, maybe maybe a gourami. Yeah, because again, like the last beta I got from PetSmart, it wasn't looking so well. They gave it to me for $1, and I don't think they figured it would live. Like they were like no return policy. I was like, it was $1. I'm not gonna. I was like, no, that's cool. And we took it home. She did live for about 3 4 months, and started to get better, but then she just didn't make it. So yeah, maybe not a beta from PetSmart Petco. And we do have a couple of local fish stores, so maybe I could get her a gourami. I did keep a turtle in a 20-gallon once. That was a bad idea. Oh, the turtle incident. Oh, turtles. The turtles did get rehomed to a pond, so they are chilling at my friend's house now. She's got a big pond, and I'm pretty sure she brings them in the winter just because it is a little cold here, and I don't think her pond's that deep. Yeah, it's like I get it. Like when you're first starting out, you're like you get the whole thing, and they're like, "Oh, this fish needs like a 55-gallon tank," and you're like, "This thing could surely go in a 10-gallon." And then you get it, and you're like, "Oh dear Lord, it got huge." But yeah, common plecos. I kept common plecos in a 10-gallon. Before I started keeping fish, it's like an actual hobby kind of thing. The last time we had fish, my kids had won them at a carnival. It was a couple of those goldfish, and they were like, "We want to keep them," and I'm like, "Oh Lord!" And you know those are never gonna. You don't expect them to live more than a week. But my friend gave me a 10-gallon setup with a filter and gravel and everything. And we set it up, and that goldfish ended up living for like 4.5 years. And then we had to move, and where we were moving, we couldn't have an aquarium. So again, I took it to the pet store and was like, here, goldfish, have at it. But it's just, yeah, fish keeping is a lot more fun now. I did not realize there were so many different fishes to keep. And the pistos are definitely like my favorite right now. The flag cichlids are a close second. The angels are just kind of they're frustrating me because it's like they're beating each other up and then I separate them. And yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like most people are like those things never live, but if you actually take care of them, they will. You can keep them alive for a while. Um, my minnows that I got a bunch of feeder minnows to keep in one of my tanks. But they were the rosy reds, and I just got them for like dithers, and I was surprised because I've never been able to keep a minnow alive. It does, like it does. Fish Nerd has really, guided me here. We had bumps in the road. The beginning was rocky. The first year was, obviously the first year. And there was many genocides, many failures, and just not knowing and thinking, okay, well, I can do this, and you do it, but you didn't do it exactly the right way. Yeah, so that sucked, but it got better. It got easier. Me and Nerd got through it, and now look, I'm breeding a pistos, so I'm pretty proud of myself. And one lonely Danio in an Episto tank. But yeah, I'm gonna breed more Danios because these guys are so pretty. I don't know if he's gonna keep his little blue eyes, but he has got some really pretty blue eyes. I got a new phone too, y'all. Yeah, I didn't listen. The Epistos were not supposed to happen, and then I bid on them and won, and I didn't think I would. So yeah, did that. That happened. I got a little excited at my first fish auction. If you've never been to one, if you stumble across this live stream later, anyone, and you have never been to your local fish club, and you have never witnessed an auction, like a biannual or an annual auction that they have, you are missing out. Take money, go. You will thank me. I walked out of there with so many plants and so many fish, and I did not spend that much money. I spent enough, but I could have done more damage than I did. So there is that. But yeah, these are my favorite accidents. But the whole reason, like, I even got into the whole back into fish keeping. Um, yeah, even the small ones are great too. I mean, even if it's a small auction, it really is pretty fun. Um, but yeah, I've talked about this before about how I started with the sea monkeys. I stumbled across some channels that were, making these big brine shrimp tanks. And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. Like, because I've always loved sea monkeys. Even as a kid, like, I always had them. And I was like, oh, you can actually like keep them. There is a lot of expectation and reality flaws in those that I want to dive into, but you can actually keep a thriving ecosystem of brine shrimp going. I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. I still have one going. I just can't move it because I put it in a really bad spot. So, yeah, I do want to start that over again. And actually, since I have better cameras now than I did when I started, like my webcam is just, it's a way better upgrade. And I have like a vlogging camera, and my phone, my new phone, has got like a way better camera too. But I've got ways to actually document it better this time. So I would like to like actually make videos on it about how to raise them as fish food, not just as a, I'm gonna keep pet brine shrimp or sea monkeys. Because I do kind of at this point I need a steady influx of live food, and I that's kind of one of the easier ones to keep alive. That I've had success with. I've killed Daphnia, and I've still got one culture of vinegar eels going, and I need to restart that. Yes, and oh, and a moment of silence for Dave. So my first webcam, oh my goodness, it was an Amazon special. Nothing wrong with that. Start where you can. Um, it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be great. If you want to start live streaming, then just, get your little camera and go at it. But here's the thing. Um, I was trying to film the top of my tank and make a video, and Dave took a dive into my tank. And the first time he did it, he recovered. He that first spill was okay. The second one, he did not come back from. It was just too much water, and not enough. Yeah. See, I wanted to try scuds too, and blackworms. I don't know if I could do those, but I have wanted to get some of the white worms, like a white worm culture going. Vinegar eels have been pretty easy too. You, vinegar and a slice of apple, and then once the apple starts to disappear, you just start another one and you just keep going. Um, so that was pretty easy. But yeah, the brine fish or brine shrimp, that's one that I want to show how you can pretty much just keep it going and just get a little net, scoop them out, and pop them in your tank, and good to go. Plus, like for my angels don't really want baby brine shrimp anymore. They want something a little bigger to chase down. Um, I also have an earthworm kind of set up that I've been picking them out of for them occasionally. Um, that's a little kind of hard to watch. Oh yeah, gnats are annoying. Oh, and 3G, yeah, I have seen some of the scud buckets. That would be kind of cool. And I've heard like upside, like people either love or hate scuds. So if my fish would eat them, then I would totally do that. Once it warms up, I may have to talk to you about getting some white worms from you. Because like right now, I'm like the epistos, the babies are eating primarily brine shrimp. They will eat the sinking pellets, but they do prefer to chase their little food down, and it's cute to watch them do it. So I don't mind, spending 20, 30 minutes, plucking little brine shrimp out for them. But yeah, and you save so much money on like live food too. At least I know like my live food like isn't, yeah, okay, like the culture may die. Like that's a suck. But at least I don't have to worry about, mold getting to my fish flakes, because that really sucks when that happens. We have a lot of humidity in Georgia, so if you forget to put a cap on your fish flakes, it's gonna happen. It's they're gonna get moisture to them. It's just a big pain in the ass and a headache. And I've done it a lot. It's like, oh man, no. Humidity sucks. They are spoiled. My pistos are spoiled. They're very spoiled. See, that's the way to do it right there, 3G. Not have to, nothing special, just, some water. I mean, some stuff around the fish room, throw it in there, and you're good to go. If you could send me that link, Brandon, that would be awesome. Yeah, man, this winter, I was thinking about ordering some plants in, but after the last incident with my post office and the fish again, boy, that was that was fun. But um, yeah, I think I'm gonna wait till it warms up to order anything else, so they don't shove it in a postal locker again. Oh Lord. Oh, is my light changing? Looks like it got a little dimmer. I got this new light that I got on Amazon, and I've got a love hate relationship with it. Um, because it's got a timer, and that's great. The timer is awesome on it. Do like that feature. But what I don't like is that when the timer gets close to, oh, that just got real bright. When the timer gets close to, let's dim that just a little. Um, it goes from like daylight, from like bright to like moonlight settings. It's really cool, but yeah, it's just it tends to start changing. It goes, like I said, it goes from really bright to dark to moonlight. So if you forget when you've set it for, and then all of a sudden, like right now, I was streaming and the lights just kept getting lower and lower, and I'm like, what is going on? That's what's going on. Man, isn't he pretty? Look at how pretty that dude is. I'm sorry, I love my pistos. These are like my favorite fish right now. The flags are coming close second. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. But yeah, keep hearing tinkle, tinkle, tinkle outside. It's like, man, what is going on? And then I remembered, oh yeah, we have a storm going on. That's what's going on. Like, there's storm. Don't freak out. There's just ice outside. Oh, see, that is real cool. And surprisingly, okay, this is going to be real crazy. I only have one tank I have a problem with algae in, and it's this one. Mostly because, yeah, I forget to turn the light off. That's why I got the one with the timer for in here. Most of the time, I go out in the morning, I turn all my other tanks off. Before we go to bed, we turn them off, come to bed. But this one's always in here, so in the morning when I wake up, I just flip their light on, and then it's on until I go to bed. And sometimes I've got a bad habit of falling asleep on the couch, watching, YouTube videos. And then the light doesn't go off until like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. whenever I come in here. So yeah, that's a problem. I'm excited for them to start spawning too. I do need to get them some stuff set up in that tank. I need to make that tank a little bit more flag cichlid friendly. Get them some flat surfaces, some more plants. My one little piece of guppy grass is doing real good in here, I think. I don't know how guppy grass is supposed to look, but this is the only one I have, and it seems to be growing. Well, it's twice as big as it was when I got it. It was just a small clipping in a bag, just kind of thrown in there. So, but yeah, I do need to get all the algae out of this tank. I've got like a big patch on the glass in the front that I'm I've kind of left there because the little fish will go up and pick at it. So, I leave that patch there. But the top of the plants in the background, that rotella and that piece of cherry leaf that's back there, that's not very cherry, but the top of it is just covered in algae, and I've really got to do something about that. It's pretty bad. Hang on, let me get y'all to kind of look up there. See, it's just there's algae. See, there's my little patch of algae right over here. Woo! And then there's you can see it hanging in the duckweed and stuff up there. I got to get that duckweed out of there too. But yeah, I gotta get this tank cleaned up a little bit too before they spawn again. Yeah, I do need to get a couple of the baby plecos in here, I think, and let them clean up, do a little, spring cleaning in there. I finally have snails in here again. Mrs. and Mr. Episto kind of took out the snails for a hot minute. Every time they saw a baby, they ate it. So I'm gonna start picking some of these little smaller snails out of here. Try to keep the snail population down. Oh my goodness gracious, it's snowing out there. Holy fuck nuggets. Yes, I said fuck nuggets. Sorry, this is normally, I try to keep it pretty PG around here, but not really. Sorry. Mr. Mousy just went outside and got a picture. Yeah, I haven't had much luck with it. I got, like actually taking off. This is like the best piece of it I've got, and it just hasn't done much in here. The rotella, as you can tell, it took off. It was just a couple of sprigs in here, and it just went crazy. So I'll probably just shove some more rotella in this tank and maybe some bacopa. I've been really digging on those too. Plus, the bacopa smells really good. Man, it's like, what is going on? So yeah, it's snowing in Georgia, a rarity we haven't seen in a few years. Um, if anyone is interested, um, and look up what snowpocalypse was. So let's talk about that. I believe it was between 2012 and 2015. Um, well, Brandon, you can have mine. I'll send it to you, okay? But my sister was coming home. Like they released, okay, so the governor of Georgia said, hey, everyone needs to go home and they need to go home now. So they released everyone, like businesses, all the businesses said, go home. All the schools put the kids on buses and sent them home. And they all got on the freeway and everything started freezing and gridlock happened. And from there, my sister got stuck on 285 in Atlanta for 48 hours before they got her off of the expressway. There were cars parked on there for like 4 days, and they just had to ask people, just please come back and get your car. We're going to start towing them on this day, and we don't really want to do that. So we don't get a lot of like sleds or toboggans or stuff like that that you can actually like do ice stuff with. And when snowpocalypse happened, we were snowed in for like 5 days, and we had a tarp and we had some pool noodles and some of those big inflatable pool like donuts, you know. So Mr. Mouse and our neighbors like blew up a bunch of those little pool floaties and wrapped them in tarps and used those to send the kids down a hill as makeshift sleds. Because, we're in Georgia, and if anything, if we don't have something, we're gonna make it, okay? Yeah, I think, oh no, Branton, you're in Wisconsin. Okay, that's right. Yeah, and 3G in Louisiana, I'm surprised y'all didn't get it worse than y'all did because I know Texas got hit pretty hard. Man, I've seen more snow and ice living in Texas and Oklahoma than I've ever seen in Georgia. The cool thing was is like when Mr. Mouse got snowed in, like his job was like super cool about it. They paid him for the whole week. I was like, heck yeah to that. My boss was like, no, I'm not doing that. So at least we didn't lose like all the money for that week. Oh man, those were the days. Memories. Oh, I'm gonna try to sweet talk big guy. Hey, big guy over there, big mouse. Would you make a fresh pot of coffee? Yay, fresh coffee! Heck yeah! I have a little coffee station set up. It's pretty cool. I suggest everyone who drinks coffee go get you one of those little like racks. And yeah, I was really hoping that like the air would move or something and it would, kind of blow it another way. But no, we got snow. Yep, it's official. We are getting the snow. We are stuck in the house for at least 2 days. Maybe a day. It depends on when it warms up. Well, you be safe out there, Branton, and you have a good day at work. It's Friday. Woohoo! It's the weekend. Drive safe out there, everyone. If you're driving, just, stay on the road. That's the important thing. Oh, and everyone's leaving me. Y'all, I'm snowed in. I can't leave. It's okay. I'm about to get a big pot of coffee going. Woohoo! I'm excited about that. And I don't have many Friday mornings with Mr. Mouse at home, so I don't know what to do with myself, y'all. I have to watch a movie. I got some homework to do. Um, so there is a movie I'm supposed to watch. I'm supposed to get a link. I hope my friend sent that link over. Man, I have to drive safe. I have this app on my phone for my insurance, and if I don't drive safe, then like I have to pay more money. I don't like that. I don't want to have to pay more money. Tell the kids all the time. I was like, oh that's cool. I want a 2 minute drive. I get stuck having to go pick people up from work, and it's like an hour and a half if they want to stop at the gas station. It's like, why is the gas station out of the way? Like, come on. Heck, even to go to the gas station, it takes like a half hour around here. I live close to absolutely nothing. It's so crazy. Oh, man, I was hoping the little big babies would come out. Come on, big babies. Where y'all at? Danger Danio he's also showing us his hey, Ninja Cat Ninja. Good to see ya. He actually looks like a leopard Danio now. Like he's got little leopard spots going. It's pretty cool. Okay, y'all, I gotta move the camera around because I've got my so I kind of had my camera sitting on my box of coffee, and I need to get that real quick because yeah, I forgot about that. Woohoo! There you go. Mr. Mouse is so annoyed with me. I can tell. He's all over here. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I told him if he went to work today, I was gonna live stream and I was gonna grumble about it the whole time. I did. I told him that. I was like, I am gonna complain about it. I'm gonna be like, look, he shouldn't have went to work. I'm like, can you believe he drove in that mess? He's gonna end up stuck on 285 for 3 days. But he didn't. He didn't have to go to work at all. So it was great. Ninja cat ninja. Yep, I am back to streaming in the morning. Did I turn that light on? No, I didn't. Okay. So, yeah, doing the morning thing again. Woohoo. Now I gotta start making thumbnails again. I'll probably do one tomorrow too and have it like a little mouse. And man, that was quick, Brandon. That was a quick trip to work. But I have a little mouse like snowed in with a little fish, like in a little blanket, like huddled up by a fire. I don't know. We'll have to see. Stop trying to eat your babies. I'm gonna get them out of there. Save the babies. He looks so mean and foreboding right now. I think he's mad because she let the babies get eaten. I think he's real salty about that. I don't know. It actually looks like more than an inch and a half of snow. They said we'd get like a foot, and I'm kind of scared they might be right. Oh, thank you, Branton. That makes me feel good. Y'all, I did. I got a message saying, hey, like, where's your morning live streams? And I was like, oh, people actually enjoyed those. I'm going to have to do those again. So I'm back. I'm back. Yay. Aw. Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna get back into the routine of waking up Mr. Mouse and doing the morning coffee thing, and we'll either feed these guys or the rice fish in the mornings because I have amped up trying to get fry from the rice fish again. I have 12 new babies for the rice fish that I am growing up. So yeah, I got to get watch hours back up. I definitely got to get my watch hours back up. Christmas they took a hit, so that sucked. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna actually start making a couple of videos here and there too. I'm gonna try to at least make 1 to 2 videos a month. I can't guarantee I'll do like one a week, but I am gonna try to. Oh, it's the Episto standoff, y'all. She's like, "Come chase me, guy." Heck yeah. Um, but yeah, I am gonna try to get some videos made instead of just live streams and shorts. I've got to get my shorts back. Daily shorts coming again. Now that I have a phone that will actually not crash every time I open an app. That sucks so bad. Yes, and I need to get Mr. Whiskers back on the channel. Um, so maybe we'll do those in video form. He is looking really good, y'all. I am very, very happy with how he looks. He's got some very impressive bristles. Him and Stella are it's not as violent with him and Stella in the tank as it was with Mrs. Whiskers, because I think she was kind of afraid of him. He was a lot bigger than she was. So I think she's really been enjoying the break. So, you know, maybe I'll throw her back in there and see what happens. Maybe not. Probably not. Like when I took her out, her fins were pretty beat up. So they have finally healed. She's looking better. Um, and I do think I have 2 male long fins now. So hopefully I got 2 males, 2 females. So we'll be getting albinos pretty soon. The super reds are still doing good. It's slow going with them, but they'll get there. But yeah, we got all kinds of fish tanks. I think I have 2 of the flagfish still. I need to check. It's kind of hard to see anything until I feed them in there because I need to show y'all what happened to my Amazon sword. Oh no, that sword. It hasn't thrown off. Okay, it is clearly ready to like do something in there, but it's giant. It is so big now. Um, maybe since I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands this weekend. I ain't going anywhere, obviously now. Um, but I do need to get some of the baby crypts from the big crypt out of there, and my Madagascar lace out of that tank, and get it put in a different tank. So maybe I'll get a video on that done too, and find the flagfish. And I have seen the first of my batches of rice fish I put in that tank, so they're still in there. I just got to find where my flagfish are. It's just kind of hard when the Amazon sword takes up 3/4 of the tank. It's like, oh no, what happened here? That plant got real happy real quick and it went poof. It literally exploded. You know what? Okay, let me talk about this tank and then I'm probably going to wrap this up here. So, this is my Episto tank, right? And as you can see, I've got like a sand bottom on it, got some leaf litter. I've got the plants in the background, and they are in a pot with some aqua soil, some root tabs, sand. It's just like a cup of pretty much substrate and plants in there. I just shoved a bunch in there. And it's got a hole on the bottom so they can root out if they need to. But there is no other um, nothing else in here. There's no aqua soil under the sand, no soil, no topsoil, no clay, nothing. It's just sand. And I did shove like a bunch of root tabs in there when I set it up. So it's got some nutrients in it. Um, this Anubias back here has already put out 2 flowers, and they ended up dying off, so I had to, get rid of those. But the leaves on it, it keeps putting out new leaves. I don't know what's making this plant so happy. Um, it is attached to a piece of wood, but it had a lot of like its roots exposed to where they could grow. And they are just pushed all the way down in that sand now. So that thing is anchored in spot really well. And I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I've got to figure this out. It's like some of my plants are doing really great and some of them are not doing so great. And the tanks that they're doing not great in are the ones that where they have like the aqua soil, the root tabs, the big sand cap, and like all the things like, they tell you to do for it. And like that tank just won't grow any plants, but the tanks where the plants should have the hardest time, they're just going crazy. It's like I have to figure out what's going on here because I've got like no consistency in my plants. So that's what I'm going to try to work on this year is like getting my plant situation figured out. Stem plants have been the hardest for me to grow, so I want to figure that out. Figure out what I'm doing wrong here. But all right, y'all. It's pushing that hour mark, and this is the first morning back, and it's 7:30, almost 7:40. Here. So I'm gonna wrap this up now. I know, right? How one can do so much better than the other. And I'll touch on this the next time I stream too, because and I'll get some video footage. We'll talk about it. But I have one that should be great and one that, I should struggle with, and it's just the opposite. It's crazy. But I know everyone's got some weird weather going on out there. I hope y'all have a good day and you stay warm out there. And if you're getting some bad weather, stay safe out there. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stream in the morning and at night or one or the other. We'll see what the weather's doing, and I'll schedule them as I know what's going on. But yeah, I guess I will see you guys later. Y'all stay fishy and drink some coffee. All right. See y'all later.